Hey guys, Smoking Barrel. Glad to see we are Facebook Live and Instagram. In just a moment, T will be on. But hey, guess who we have back in the fold today? We have Carol Lee is back from her hiatus, so we're glad you're back.
Doing the work release program, so I'm off the hook now.
She was in witness protection for a while. She's fined so much money she won't be able to see her way out of it.
Well, in the famous movie Color Purple, the dead has risen.
Then we got
You
we
guys
got
have a wonderful way of making me feel welcome.
we have Charles Wilkerson, Whiskey Tango Charlie, of course T Crocker here, cigar extraordinaire. We are enjoying what today, Carol Lee?
We are enjoying one of my favorite lines, the Punch Fu Manchu. And this is one of those, if you want that, no, you can't have it. We don't, this is a limited item.
Carol Lee, we can't hear your mic.
Why do we always go through this?
Because I think
I can barely hear it.
Carol Lee's
How
got
about
that
now?
high voice. Dogs around the neighborhood are like howling, but nobody can hear it. Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well
I
let's
can't even hear that. It's crazy.
just keep going.
God,
So it's a Punch Fu Manchu. It's a limited item. It is a Honduran Habano wrapper, Indonesian binder, and Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Mexican filler. So it's on the lighter side of medium, and it's got a pigtail that's wrapped in the shape of a Fu Manchu all the way down about halfway down the cigar. So it's actually pretty
pretty cool.
looking.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that whole line of the chop suey, the egg roll, and the kung pao. So this was this year's version of that. They're fun. They're irreverent. That's why I like them so much.
Well, who comes up with all this? Because they do this all the time. So somebody is sitting back there
It's probably gonna be
cooking it
our
up.
brand manager, Ed Lehman.
Okay.
He does some mad scientist stuff in the back office. Pretty sure they don't let him out ever. They just throw some snacks at him every once in a while and make sure he keeps working.
I like it. I mean, it's creative. It's different. It's always going to be something cool.
Yep.
Charlie, what are we drinking today?
And it's a really good stick already. I mean, just right from the light up.
Oh, it's
so-
smooth.
So yeah, Carol Lee, she's texted out what stick she was going to put out today, and so yeah, I went, thought we'd go over the top of the cigar today. We did the Knob Creek 9-year special reserve. So this is the 120 proof.
Yeah, he didn't warn me.
Yeah, so somebody's not going to be able to feel their legs today, not calling no names.
Well, we didn't go over the top.
I swallowed some lava.
This is a
I'm pretty
big
sure.
truck against Fiat right now. I mean, this is one of those big truck rallies. You know what I'm talking about? They start
The monster
rolling.
trucks.
Monster trucks.
So it sounds,
That's what it
the
is.
120 proof, it sounds like well, it is a lot. I mean, there's no doubt. But look, I've had, I know you guys, we've had stuff that's 80, 90 proof that was much
harsher.
very harsh. This, a 9-year, it's got the right balance. The cool part about this is, for them, this is a single barrel. So this is, so each one of these are going to be different. You go find different ones. You get, this is, from a mash bill perspective, this is the rye. It's not super high rye, but it's 13% on the rye grain. So it's sort of at that higher, what they consider a higher rye, but not like the 20, 23 or something like that. So you get the rye spicing, but the first sip I got out of it was like, I mean, it's just a caramel sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 9-year. It really pulls, and I mean, if you look at how dark it is in the bottle over there, I mean, it's dark. The color, I mean, that's a really dark color in the glass.
It's a beautiful drink. I mean, I love Knob Creek. It's just staple. Anymore now, if I run out, I just go Knob Creek.
Really? That's
I
your
mean, this is
default
a
now?
9-year single barrel, but the Knob Creek is to me.
100, you have the 100 on the
Right.
Yep.
So I gotta say, in fairness, after that first kick in the face, like where I felt the fire burning down my throat, this second and third sip is more sweet and a little like a warm hug
A warm
versus
hug.
the
Yep.
You know, I need a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because, you know, your nerves just say, I'm out, I'm done, or if it's an actual, now you're getting through the burn and you can perceive the rest of the flavors. But this is probably the first time that we've really did unbalance in the cigar versus the strength of the drink.
Yeah, I think so.
And
But
I'm not
it doesn't
hating
take away from it.
it. Yeah, I'm not hating it at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's the cigar or the drink doesn't take away from it. It's still. I started smoking the cigar before I drank anything, and
So
I'm
you
getting
had
the
an
same.
idea, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting the same taste, the same flavor.
Right.
Even though this cigar is not my palate,
Right.
I mean, it's a great cigar. It's. I mean,
It's milder than you like.
oh, it's
Milder than I typically would, but it's not boring.
No, it's not boring, and that was my point. It's got some character to it. It's got flavor to it. It's just, and T, you're the same way. It's just which way below our profile. Right. But you know, I think that's the important thing that we keep talking about.
Right.
And you know, I like to repeat it because not everybody sees us every week.
Every
Say
week.
what now?
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, we got our regulars now, trust me.
Yeah, and they're going.
We got a
Here goes Brian again. Try a new cigar. Keep variety in it. But it's true.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to Oscar Rodriguez at GTO. You know, the first thing he tells you is, man, you can't smoke full-bodied cigars all the time. Eventually, your taste is going to leave.
Yeah.
You have to mix it up. You have to get some mild, medium, schmedium, whatever, medium plus. You can't consistently just go, you know,
body all the time.
full body all the time. You've got to put some variety in there.
Well, and it's one of those things you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
You know, and there's so many creative blenders out there, and some of the stuff
Oh,
they come
yeah.
up with, you're on paper you would look at it and go, no, that's not for me. And you smoke it and you're like, no, this is pretty. This is not what I expected, and in a good way. You know, some of them not so much, but
Yeah.
you filter through that pretty quick.
You know what I'm catching on the between the drink and the stick here is so I get nuttiness and some stuff in that Knob Creek and really some sweetness, but then yeah, the proof rides over the profile. I got that, but I get like some real earthy. To me, the cigar is giving me some earthy tones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you've got. I don't even know what tobaccos are in this, but I'm getting those earthy sides of.
That's probably gonna be some of the Hunter and Nicaraguan.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a little bit more of that. I think the Mexican is such a small amount. The sweetness, you're not gonna be able to tell which is
Right.
bringing that, because this does have a lot of that almost caramel kind of sweetness to it.
Yep.
But silky on your tongue. That's probably the best way to describe it.
It is a creaminess.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, I think that from both the proof and the age, I mean, the sip goes, and it stays there, right?
Yeah, it does.
It's been on my
flavor-
tongue. Well, how long ago did I take a sip? It's still there.
It's like a lozenge in the
It
in
does.
the sense that it kind of
What a
stays
great,
there.
what a great
Right,
comment.
like a lozenge.
It is.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there and it stays there. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I love it. I'm telling you, man, that's a great pour.
Thank you, Lord, I can hold my tongue.
What were you gonna say?
That's not like you to hold your tongue.
Well, we get through this glass,
Yeah,
get her the second glass,
no problem.
all bets are off then.
All bets off.
Just open the floodgates.
So what's going on at TSA right now?
Ooh,
I saw a chronicle the other day. It was pretty cool. It's funny.
which one?
So, which was the one where how they were dressed? Oh, it was something about they needed protection up here.
Oh, poor
Needed
thing.
some support, some athletic
Yeah.
supporter up top.
Something about if I raise my arms, something might fall out.
That's
from
it. That's it.
It wasn't contraband that was going to fall out of this, I'm assuming.
It might look like contraband.
You guys know, like, me and Jack just talked about this before we started the podcast. And Jack was like, yeah, see, you know, I went to bed, you know, it was before 1 o'clock and this, that, and the third. And I was like, yeah, I was almost ready to get out of bed at 1 o'clock. I have to be at work because I work AM shift. I have to be there so early. Some days earlier than others. But I get it. I totally get it. No, you're going to the airport. I don't understand why you have 20, 30, and 40-year-olds coming to the airport in pajamas. I keep telling people, the airport is the new Walmart. Like, if you come to the airport in your pajamas, that tells me you literally just rolled out of bed.
But they had their slippers on too. You saw that picture, right?
Oh, Jesus. We gonna start, Brian.
You saw that, right?
Don't get me started on the slippers. Okay? Please. Ratchet as hell. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just so sick and tired of people coming to the airport with teddy bear slippers on. Like, leave them at home. Put some shoes on.
That's what we like about the South and Charlotte International Airport. It makes you feel at home.
Yeah.
I mean, they put rocking chairs out there.
Yeah.
They got moving sidewalks. You don't hardly have to move when you get there.
No, we want you to move. We want you to move out the way. Just go on to your gate. But stop coming to the airport with pajamas on.
Yeah.
Like, put on some clothes.
Okay. Pajamas nowadays, what you wear for work.
No, that's just nasty.
But they stay at home.
If you stay at home, if you stay at home,
They have gotten to a point where that is so culturally acceptable.
that's
You
disgusting.
see him in the grocery store like that. You see him getting gas like that. You see him at Lowe's dressed like that. So it's kind of hard now. There's really nowhere left where there's an expectation of you not looking like a shiftless hobo.
Or ratchet as
Sad.
hell.
Yeah.
That.
Part.
That's my new thing, by the way. That.
Part.
That part.
That.
I keep forgetting part. That part.
That part.
You're not
Yeah.
allowed to say ditto.
I should.
Okay. You and the comedian Monique, she went out on a limb. She spoke to all the young sisters and said, hey, y'all need to leave the bonnets at home. Stop wearing the bonnets. Okay? It got worse. It got worse. Cause now
We'll
There was
show you.
there was a guy today. This man had to be at least 6'3". Jeans, t-shirt. Okay, if you got dreadlocks, get you a dread cap. Okay, there are some nice ones out there. Mark's wife, Vonna, she makes some really nice ones.
Right.
Right?
I love her stuff.
Why you standing there with that bonnet on your head?
Did you ask him?
I stood there and looked at him like this.
You looked at him like you gave him the side
I
eye.
literally want to look at him and say, you know your mama taught you better.
Ratchet as hell.
Ratchet as hell. That's nothing to pray for.
Ratchet as hell.
I'm just saying.
Hey, by the way, Jack is my son. He's doing the sound and the pictures today. So welcome to Jack. He's over there about to die laughing.
Oh,
It's just funny. He's
sorry.
20. He's on
Ratchet
it.
as hell.
Sometimes I have to vent, y'all. This is my therapy session.
All
I'm
right.
so sorry.
That's all right.
So I've been traveling the first part of the weekend. I was up in the mountains, and Knoxville and Gatlinburg and all that stuff, and ran into a couple of the younger customers that kind of hang out with the older crowd. And sometimes I see some stuff that just kind of leads the conversation in places you're kind of always surprised that you end up, because we're usually solving world problems. That's a normal thing.
Squirrel. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was talking about how dating is so hard for him. He's like 24, 25 years old. He said, dating is so hard because everybody's so boring. And I said, it's funny you say that. I think people are not boring. I think we're so conditioned now to be afraid to say anything of value.
Right.
We've just created this whole conversation line because you have to pick something that's safe. I mean, you barely talk about the weather without somebody being offended in some way or shape or form.
The land of the offended. That's
Yeah.
where, I mean, we are. Been there for a long time, though.
I'm like,
It's just
how
getting
hard
worse.
would it be to date in that environment where you're getting this canned responses for everything. I can understand his level of frustration. So he has to go to the cigar shop to have conversations with these older guys, who
Real
are in their
people.
70s and 80s, hoot, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
They're hilarious. But
Love it.
they will say and do, and I mean, and they're from every spectrum. And these kids are just, I think they're so starved for that kind of like human interaction on a truly honest
Be real.
But that's it, the human interaction.
real, right?
They don't have human interaction. How do you date now? You date through a site, right?
And
Whatever
you're not meeting
name-
a person, you're meeting their representative. I mean, you talk about
How well can
catfishing.
they-
Right, right.
How many pictures can they take well? How well do
What
they write about
filter-
themselves?
What filter can you put on there to?
Whatever. I mean, you know, it's there's no sit down, talk to somebody. Oh yeah, what? Let's go get some lunch or dinner or whatever. You know, I mean, it's crazy, and they're taking it away.
We got one for you. So when I started TSA, 2015, May of 2015 is when I started. You went to work as a OJT in white shirt, black pants. That's what you wore. Okay? That's when the new hires come in, white shirt, black pants. You're on the checkpoint with uniform officers. We were the first class that they said, okay, we want everybody to look the same. So when it was time to order uniforms, we ordered uniforms. We were the first class in blue. We didn't have the stripes, but we had the blue uniform.
Yeah.
So everybody looked the same. Now, when the new hires come in and they don't have uniforms, they're still in white shirt, black pants. They told us we've been having town hall meetings with the leadership.
That
Sounds serious.
Whew. They didn't even want me to go. But anyway.
Here's my shock face. What?
Right.
You ever figure out these are two peas in a pod right
Oh
here?
my God, I'm shocked right now. Let me have another sip.
Because they know. And I told them, as long as they stay upstairs and over in the office, I'm going to leave them alone. As soon as you come out that office, you're fair game. I'm going to ask you whatever I want to ask
Fresh fish.
you. Yes. Don't forget it. You bait yourself when you come out that office. As soon as you come down them stairs or down that elevator, fair game. That's it. So in the town hall meeting, we were told, because I made the comment, I was with a white shirt the other day, and everybody in the room, including leadership, was like, whoa.
You can't say
You
that.
can't say that. Dude, what the hell? They in a white shirt. So one of my coworkers was like, okay, I ain't gonna call them white shirt, I'm gonna call them no stripe. I was like, okay, y'all get ready to start something.
Wow.
But we've been having town hall
Wow.
meetings. Oh yeah.
Is it because they don't feel valued if they're called white shirt
This is
instead of trainee? I mean, what?
that's what we.
Is that what it was?
You just go. You're like, okay, I won't call you white
HR
shirt.
HR hat.
NFG.
Right.
Yeah, where's the
It's a
NFG?
derogatory or something. I don't know what that is, T.
What?
I don't know what that means. Maybe that was harassment. I don't know. Is that what they're trying to do?
No, it's you need to make them
Feel inclusive.
Inclusive, and
We begged them to come work. Now you got to keep them here.
So when I was given my version of our town hall meeting in the briefing, and I told them that I was told by leadership, we were told by leadership, make them feel inclusive, and y'all need to teach them, y'all need to train them, y'all need to make them feel part of the team is what they said.
Ooh.
Make them feel part of the team and this, that, and the third. One of the guys said, do y'all remember the phrase, it takes a village? I was like, you really want me to say what I want to say?
Oh.
So I didn't. I held back.
He threw you a slow pitch.
Oh yeah, because I was going to knock that out of the park. So in the briefing,
You're like, it's so juicy. I can't help it.
Right. In the briefing, my supervisor was standing next to me, and I said, I'm not going to say what I was wanting to say. And they was like, and my coworkers just like,
Oh, yeah.
say it, T, what was you going to say? Say it.
Poking the bear.
I was like, no, I said, because my supervisor is standing here, I'm not going to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
And it was like, say it, T. I said, may I say it? She was like, oh, sure, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
I was like, it takes a village. That's what you said. That's what he said. My thoughts, and not to roll off my son will be 30 years old in September. I'm not raising nobody else's chap, okay? I'm done. The only
There you
thing
go.
I'm trying to help raise is my almost 2-year-old granddaughter. I'm not doing it. If their parents hadn't done it, don't send them to me to do it. I can't.
Well, my instinct is they say, you know, they want to feel like the rest of the team. I'd be like, okay, so I'm going to kick him square in the nuts too. I don't want her to feel left out.
There you go.
That's why
We
I
have missed Carol Lee, have we not?
I have people
We had no
skills.
nut kicking before now.
Like that.
I don't,
Square in
that,
the nuts.
Like that. That there. What was it?
That part.
That,
That
part.
part.
That part.
Yeah, that part. Oh,
Hey, don't be hating because you don't have people skills like I do.
And that's what they said. That's why they didn't want me to go. That's why they didn't want me to go. They was like,
so here's what I'm reading into that.
Okay.
Turnover is bad, right? So you have bad turnover with new hires,
man.
right? Am I serious? Okay.
So
So the
clearly-
problem is there's a click. So you got the people that have been there
Uh-huh.
and the new people coming in, and you got to earn your way in to the experienced people, right? So that's the disconnect.
What I
that
think
they're
the disconnect
finding.
is them folks have been there for a while, got Stockholm syndrome, don't know the difference. Right? Like they think they need to get kicked square in the nuts and every day, and the rest of the kids coming in new are like, no, this is bad. We don't want this.
Did y'all see the other article the other day?
I read them all, so you have to
So,
tell her.
the other day, one of the old heads, and I love her. She is so sweet. She said, T, I wish these men coming here dressed like women would wear some drawers.
Just out of the blue.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm
Oh, that was
guessing
one
that's something that she
somebody
normally
was
doesn't
patting
talk
down.
about.
She said, I had to pat one down,
That's it. Yep.
and he didn't have on no drawers, and that thing just hanging, so I was going, cling, 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 cling. Yo!
I don't.
Oh
how much you
God.
get paid, but I can
Get
say
her another
without
drink.
a doubt, you do not get paid enough to
Exactly.
do that.
part.
That part.
Nobody does. I mean, come on, man. Randy Moss ought to be here.
Good God.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
If I was the agent and I ran a cut, I would have just stopped. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
I would have done that right then. Come on, man.
I mean, even the little chick that come in, you have on a top up to here, and you can't raise your arms to do the proper stance in the body scanner because your boobs gonna fall out. And then I got this one dude that's at the body scanner with me talking about T, and she all like, somebody did some bad work because one of them things is lopsided, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
Oh, she just didn't have them rotated properly. It's kind of wearing uneven,
no.
wearing uneven.
I was like, the things I see at 4 o'clock in the morning.
All this right here.
Yeah,
It's right there.
Yeah.
Softball.
yeah.
Yeah,
No.
you can't help
Can't
it.
do it
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
No, no.
I can't. I have to remind myself, hold a certain position. I can't say it. I can't. I want to.
It's just too much, man.
It
it's,
is.
It's,
People.
Oh man.
See, and the funny thing is I'm sure people listening think you're doing it for shock value. I'm thinking you're toning it down from what it really is like. You're giving us like the small peak view of it because I couldn't handle it.
T.
I really believe you could. I believe you could go set up some cameras, capture some video, and it would be a real reality TV show.
Oh God, they wouldn't want
Candid
that
camera.
reality.
It would be crazy.
It'd be,
So, T,
people
how
wouldn't
many-
believe it.
How many people on an average day come through in a shift? In an 8-hour period of time, how many people come through?
We can get anywhere from, depending on the numbers, we can get 3,000-4,000.
All right, so when you say that, is that through A, B, C, all the way
That's
to
all the
E
checkpoints.
total?
Yeah.
So maybe 1,000 at each checkpoint, maybe 750
Yep.
at each checkpoint. So you're dealing with. Think about the numbers you're dealing with here. So and you get this percentage of people.
They're
it's
memorable.
a representative of society,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you think about it, if you took 5%, that's your issue. 5%.
Yeah.
You just
majority
get
of people
you
are
get a
just like,
condensed version of it.
do you know what I tell my family? I told you. Keep your head straight ahead. Say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, whatever. You just get through this line. That's it. That's your goal in life.
And I think most
They
people-
said,
Yeah.
take your shoes off, take your shoes off. They said, take your belt off, take your belt off. They said, put this in a tray, you put it in a tray. You don't ask questions. You just get through the line.
Yeah.
This is not a dissertation.
Yeah.
This is not a conversation. You know, our biggest goal when we get to the airport is to get through TSA.
Well, I think people get it twisted about, rights and privileges, right? Like, that's not a
We
right.
gave up
It's a
all that on
privilege.
9/11, right?
Oh,
we
yeah.
gave all that up. The biggest transition was the first 5 years after 9/11. That, when you lived through that, going in the airports, the changes that
But I
were
think
there,
because
that was the
condition
transition.
was set, everyone was like, got it. I understand. And I think people are starting to, it's a whole new generation that didn't
Yeah.
grow up with that. So
Yep.
they no longer have that in the back of their head of like, this is why we are here.
Yeah.
So they're going, but no, that's not right.
Watch your ass right there. Yeah.
Sorry.
You good?
Why are we having to go through this? You know, some of them weren't even born
And those
or
the
old
ones-
enough to know.
And those the ones that they're trying to hire. Seriously.
I get
And
it.
that's the question that we have. Why? Why? Because they don't understand. And I told leadership this in the town hall. First of all, you may want to change your demographic because they can't communicate. And I literally said, they have no social skills.
Right.
The
They
only
haven't done-
social skills they have is on social media.
Right, and they haven't lived life enough to interact
Exactly.
with people, and we just talked about limited interaction, right?
Right.
Yeah. They're like, what's your number? I'm going to text you some information.
Exactly.
Put your boots in the tray.
Let's take a selfie as you come through. I mean, I don't know. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
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 Yeah, that is a weird thing because we're expecting them to be able to handle stuff that they're just
They
not,
can't.
not equipped.
They
they're-
haven't faced that.
They're not mature enough.
And I don't know that they could try to recruit people in that different demographic.
But you have to
I mean, I think-
socialize with people, right? The worst thing with COVID to me is we have this whole group of people, young people, who are doing everything virtually, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they virtually from home. We stayed at home. We went to school at home.
Yeah.
You're not socializing. You got to get out with people.
And it was
Even if
already hard
it's-
before then.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it even got worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the Twilight Zone. You know, where the guy's got a TV for a head, and that's coming to reality. I mean, it's sad because
and you
we're
think
going to
about-
lose that touch.
And we've just eliminated a whole generation of people's ability for problem solving. Because we never are presented with problems anymore.
No.
Right? Like we've isolated and insulated to a point where, I mean, like when we were kids, we had to figure out, okay, if it's squirting, that's arterial. We should probably tell our parents. Before then, it was like, no, it's fine. It'll stop on its own.
Right.
Now, if a kid falls on their knee, it's an emergency room visit and.
Well,
you
we
know,
got to find
20
out who to
shots later.
sue.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because the bike was made,
right.
and I got on the bike, and the bike went down, so it's the bike's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not my
so,
fault.
I
It's
mean,
not personal responsibility. It's somebody else's fault.
They
Always.
no longer can work their way through, like, how do you survive this on your own?
Right.
I don't know.
It's
So-
amazing, man.
Charles.
Halfway through this stick, I'm still amazed at how balanced this thing's been. I know I got to
It's
shift
so mellow.
off of this. I'm freaking out about the TSA and the people. I want to talk about something. really
These people
cool.
are protecting you, Charlie.
I know,
He's like, I'm freaking out, man. I'm
Yeah, I
freaking
know.
out.
but this has been real balanced all the way through, halfway, and you're past. You guys are past halfway.
It hasn't changed
This
This
one
has gotten
iota from
so
that time.
much more sweet and mellow.
It's really the yeah.
I feel like I might have a sunburn a little bit. My face is a
Oh
little
yeah,
red.
well I
Yeah.
know I am.
Well, with the coloring and all, we can tell.
Yes.
We know when you're red.
But,
This is one that'll sneak up on you.
I see that.
You just sip it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I did a project.
Uh-oh.
I did a project. So I'm not a hoarder, just putting that. I am not a hoarder. I'm a collector or an aficionado because it sounds a way less crazy. I ran out of room in my humidors in the house. So what do? Because now I've crammed it in like, as many as possible. My humidification system wasn't working because couldn't get any air circulating through because it's jammed in there.
Wow.
So I find these 2 cabinets, and they're like glass-doored china hutches, but they're more modern looking, so they look like humidors.
Yeah.
And I lined them with cedar, put a humidification system. $200 later, I have now doubled my ability to collect. They're beautiful. You
I
can
need to
get
come by
cedar.
your house.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
need to come by your house because I think you need to get rid of some cigars.
no.
No.
You know.
But now I'm thinking, because right now we've been having so much of a difficulty getting humidors. I mean, like even if you want to drop $4,000 or $5,000 on a humidor, you're gonna wait a year to get it.
Wow.
I mean, they're just not around. And I'm thinking people are giving away stuff basically on Craigslist because nobody uses china hutches anymore. Nobody has that kind of stuff. I mean, it's more the
I got one.
IKEA disposable stuff, right?
I got one.
And I put weather stripping and sealed the whole thing off, lined it with cedar, put in a humidification system, and within 12 hours, it was holding at 70.
Wow.
I mean, it was like,
Wow.
and humidors that I bought took longer to cure,
To cure
and get
out.
set up. So I'm thinking, hey, that'll be a little side gig.
Electrician, plumber,
Auto
lace
body.
floor, auto body.
Yep, that's my newest. Yep.
That's the newest thing.
Auto body.
Yep.
Now,
Repair damage on a
refrigeration, humidification.
plumbing.
She does it all.
Humidor
Plumbing.
builder. Yeah, whatever. That's awesome.
You know what it is I don't have the sense to be afraid to try something new, because I figure if you screw it up, you're just going to be in the position you were when you started, right? Like if something,
Total opposites here.
yeah,
We are totally opposite.
you get paralyzed by
Paralyzed.
but that's a man thing.
I got to get it right every time. And this is a mook. You're a mook. Mook?
Fearless.
Man, I figure if I mess it up, I just call somebody. They'll come fix it.
Because that's what you would have done in the first place.
I just said I'm gonna go get them, so they do it right the first time.
No. What's
See,
the
I-
value in that? You have not grown as a person.
I have
Brian.
helped somebody else's business.
Well, chances are I'll probably help their business anyway. But in the meantime, I'll learn what not to do, and sometimes that's as valuable as learning what to do.
It is not. I am just admitting a flaw. I know it's a flaw.
And in reality, come to think of it, I've never had to have someone come and fix it. Because after a couple of times of working through the issue, they go, oh, I guess I didn't have to do it that way. Then the next time I do it, it's much faster because I've gone through all the ways I shouldn't have done it the first time.
Well, you just described the things you did, so you understand the construction of what needs to happen to make a humidor, a good
Yeah.
humidor, right?
Right.
So the cedar, the sealing around the doors,
Right.
how the humidification is going to go in there to
Where you place it in the
yeah,
humidor,
and all that. So
if you
kind
put
of
fans
so
in,
you've got
or
a
what.
background. She's got a
Absolutely.
good background, so I get it.
If you know what the finished product should look like, chances are you'll be able to work your way on target.
Yeah, it's backward engineering. You just back engineering the thing. So
I do a lot of backward engineering.
Reverse engineering. That's it.
reverse engineering. Yeah, got it. It's all good.
T.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yes. They just came in.
Yeah, we got 2 boxes.
We just. Sorry guys, we have to sell a cigar.
Uh-oh.
They're in the Santa Clara box. The other, yeah, that one. So it'll be down in there. We just got what we get? Jenga,
We got-
Upsetters,
Upsetters, Django, and
Django,
and
and Rude Boys.
and the Root Boy.
Sounds like 1980s hair bands, doesn't
Yep.
it?
It does.
Yeah.
The Rude Boys.
Yeah.
Eminem.
That's 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
90s hip hop. Thank you, Jack. There we
you
go.
So we got
We got the hip hop master.
some of my live events coming back. I got coming up next week. I won't be here next Wednesday. Matter of fact,
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I've got to go do a tasting event.
$25.
I know it cost me.
That's how we know we're breaking up.
Yeah. So big,
I mean-
Bourbon Club event down at 73 in Maine over in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina.
Nice.
Yeah.
So our guys, folks out there. And then March the 11th, Friday, they just put it out a little bit late getting going, but that's okay. A bourbon dinner. We're going to do a bourbon dinner with them. They've asked me to kind of come and lead that deal.
That'll
On
be
the
cool.
11th. So it's going to be a sort of a 3-course deal. There's going to be a cocktail. We kind of put that together today. I called Jordan out there and said, okay, let's do a cocktail this with some conviction. The Naranga, we had that. I think I brought that one in.
Yep.
So that's in the orange wine cask finished from Conviction right down the road. We're going to do a old fashioned out of that. And then we're going to do 3 pours to be put in there. So I think it's 4 roses, the single barrels in that, the Maker's Mark cask, and I think it's the Knob Creek.
This one?
I think it's the regular 100.
Well,
So-
say, man, y'all were going power.
So well, you know, I told him, I said I wanted like the cask is going to be on the entree dish. I wanted something, you know, I want something with some strength. And I don't know, the chef is going to line up the food that goes with
What's
it.
with dessert?
I don't know.
Double shot.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're going to
That's what
come
they
up
should
with,
do.
I'm not sure.
Get them to do a brownie and do double shot.
Listen, one of the things
That would be good.
Yeah.
one of the things they do out there, they have they do a bread pudding with Conviction bourbon in it. That
That's a
is
sin.
by far one of my favorite
That's a
desserts.
sin.
And they
My mom
bring
used
it
to
in
make
this
that.
little.
Oh, it's so good.
I think they still do it. They bring it in this little cast iron skillet deal.
Oh,
it's
God.
nice and warm.
Oh,
I'd be sick.
It's your
that is so good.
I'd
You
be
get a
so
good one.
sick.
yeah.
You
and
find a good one.
they are good.
My mother made those. My mom made the best pies and desserts ever. Homemade everything. You get a good one like that, man. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So,
grandmother
wow.
did the same thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, busy day today. I had a booking, a private event. The guy hit me up.
Nice.
Doing a private event coming up on the 15th, and then I got a corporate guy that hit me up and wanted to talk about a virtual corporate. So it's picking up. Like
Good for you.
it's like
We're starting to getting more and more. My dance card's filling up as well, which I'm surprised that we're. I think people are just so starved
Yeah.
for it. They
Well,
want
it's now.
people want to get together. You know, we want to, you know, and that was kind of the problem before. You know, and there was events all the time, so
Yeah.
it was a little bit of fatigue. Well,
Right.
when you don't have anything for a while, it's like there's an event. Hell yeah, we're all going.
Right.
So
right.
you're seeing a turnout that you hadn't seen in a couple of years at least,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Well,
Well,
we got one here March 16th. We got Alec Bradley.
Oh, you guys are cheating on me, and now I
Yeah.
have proof.
Hey, hey, hey.
Well, we
Just
got
saying.
Monday.
We got Monday. We
Fat
got Fat
Ass
Ass
is coming
Monday.
in Monday, February 28th. This
Yep.
Monday.
And then March 16th, we got Alec Bradley. And then
So I'm side chick now, is what you're saying.
No, we roll right into the Cigar Week at the end of the month.
All right. Well,
And then we got Queen City Cigar Fest coming in.
was I
Coming in
invited
May.
to that for you?
What you
guys,
mean? Was
or-
you invited to that?
You are in that.
All right. Well, you didn't give
Would you
me
stop
an
playing,
official.
man?
You didn't give me an official. Hey.
Hey.
You know you in that.
What week is that?
March 18th through the 22nd. Don't be booking
No,
nothing
no,
up,
no,
Carol
no,
Lee.
no, no, no. That's end of May. It's May.
You freaked me
18th.
out just
May
now because
18th.
May 18th.
March.
May 18th.
Me and my biscuit behind are going to be in Houston.
You going to Houston Cigar Week?
No.
Oh.
So May 18th.
May 18th
Wait a
through the
minute.
All right.
22nd.
May
You just
18th.
gave me a little bit of a stroke just now.
So we do the noon to
Spell
5
it out.
jazz band affair.
Houston when?
The third week of March.
When are you going?
No, dadgum, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm on my way through Texas. Like, we're on a 2-week trip, so 23rd-ish,
Yeah.
I'm in Houston.
Yeah, I'll be down by a beach house down by
What?
Galveston,
Oh, okay.
just
Yeah.
outside of
She
Houston.
meant
yeah.
May.
Oh,
She
good.
meant
May.
Yeah.
May 18th.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Queen City
mine is
Cigar
March,
Fest.
the third week of March.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
that's when
When
we're.
you're
Yeah.
gonna be rolling through.
Y'all gonna hook up?
Yeah, and I So we're on our way out for a wedding in San Antonio,
Yeah.
and yeah,
So I
Troy's daughter's getting married, and I'm driving. I'm doing a driving
There is a lot of really cool cigar shops through
like-
Texas. Like
like
awesome.
yeah, we're doing Biloxi, Baton Rouge, Houston,
Some great ones all the way
San
through.
Antonio. Man,
Those are territories I used to work.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure my folks aren't watching this, so I can say it. But every year they go down and visit my brother in Houston for 2 weeks for spring break, and they bring my nephew, and my younger brother goes, and it's like a whole thing. Well, I always get left out because they never come out here because my dad doesn't like to get on a plane. When you're a big guy like that, close to 400 pounds, flying ain't in the books. And so I
I've
am
seen
the
some.
surprise this year. So I'm going to go down there a day before, meet my brother and my sister-in-law, and my parents don't know I'm coming.
Awesome.
I
That's
haven't
be
seen
cool.
him in a couple of years now.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so my older brother, he set that up, and I'll tell you what, it is really hard to keep that from them. My mom she's scary smart. She's like, they don't even know they're going to be staying at a beach house. Normally they stay with my brother, but he
Right.
rented this beach house as a surprise, and my mom's like, I think we're going to go down a little bit early and bring our swimsuits and stop and swim around in a hotel pool for a while, and he's like, she's on to us. She's on to us.
Yeah.
I'm
She
like,
reads minds. She has ESP.
oh, she does.
You can't pull the wool over mom.
No.
Never.
Never.
Yeah, so I'm laughing, and it's as we get closer and closer, some of the stuff she throws down, and I'm like, she knows. She knows.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so this is pretty exciting.
That's awesome. That's gonna be a great trip.
Yeah, it's my family that I love. My two brothers are going to be there, and my mom and dad, and my nephew who's 3 and going on 45.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. He's a
Yeah.
hoot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're doing stop distilleries. I'm booking. I'm trying to reach out to some
And you
distilleries.
think you're going to do that in 2 weeks?
Huh?
You could spend 2 weeks just in Texas alone.
No, I know. It's just we're just taking a slow trip out there and a slow trip back. And you know, the wedding there's a date certain that happens.
Yeah,
but
you
then
got to make sure. But everything else is light
wraps
and
around
loose.
it. So we're just kind of like driving, and
You're going to have a great time.
it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to see Seth. So I will be going through Alabama, and I will be stopping at the biggest Gambia, and with Detling and so I've already talked to Seth, and he said, "Man, dude, I can't wait. I want you to try some of this rye." And I'm thinking some rye's coming home with me.
You know I got Venmo, so you know.
Yeah, no,
I was going to say,
Yeah, I got cash out.
I
you
got
know
my
I'm a
friends
rye girl
covered.
here.
Yeah.
I got all my friends covered.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Does that mean me?
So yeah,
Like,
it's
wait,
gonna be good.
So we're going to Colorado, March 19th through the 23rd. Jack wanted to go for his 21st birthday, so we're going out there. So you know, I keep looking at the weather out there. So today in Boulder,
Yeah.
Colorado, it's snowing 2 degrees.
Huh?
2.
It's a
2.
balmy.
Minus 11
That's
wind
like-
chill, 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that shit, that stuff is gonna,
Ah!
that's gonna have to change before I get out there.
Yeah, but
And
I
it
think their
was.
weather, once it switches, it goes pretty quick. So my
I
folks
hope
up in
so.
northern Minnesota have been getting blizzards and minus 20, 30
We
degree
don't
know
wind
that. It's
chills.
a month away.
Yeah.
No,
Jack says it's gonna be in the 50s. I believe him.
no.
Hopefully they'll open up
He has
Coors.
said it, it shall be done.
Hey, that's way better than 2. Just saying.
Oh my gosh, it
Well-
was 2. What?
I was in the mountains yesterday. I gotta say it, mountains.
Yeah, it was 60.
It was 75.
Yeah.
It was warmer up there than it was here.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You're
I
closer,
always-
you're closer to the sun.
I always get freaked out going through the gap because there's been a couple times over the last couple of years that I've gone up there. It's beautiful, happy, everybody's good, and all of a sudden it starts snowing, and oh Lord, the sky is falling, everybody's dying, and
Hey,
I'm stuck.
if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes.
I
Yeah.
cannot. No, I can't even. No, it needs to be more predictable. I've had enough of this. So
Well,
you need
you're
to
in
do
the
something
wrong
about
place
it.
in the mountains of North
You need to
Carolina.
do something about it.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, this is the first time that I went through that Foothill Parkway and didn't see a bear.
Really?
I always
I've
see
never
bears.
seen a bear.
Oh my God, I always see black bears. rolling around,
Never seen one.
panhandling on the side of the road, worthless hippies.
Carolee's coming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they're
Let's see if
always
she
out
gets a
there.
flat. We're here.
No, the first time I moved out here and my first did my trip of my territory, it was like early spring, and there was a wicked windstorm. Like I'm watching trees come down on this, and they're like right on the road. That road is like a biscuit wider than a car and a half,
Right.
and trees are coming down, hitting the power lines where you got them, and then I see some movement, and it's a scraggly ass black bear. It looked like he is just waking up, so he is going to eat everything.
Right.
And I'm going, man, this is the Carolinas. I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I have
Oh,
just
yeah.
gotten it all in one trip.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, there was like big trees coming down. I'm
It's
like,
time to go back home.
Yes, sir.
I'm good.
You know, one of my trips, it's been years ago, several years ago, went out to Denver. And so a buddy of mine, we were on the way, we were getting out of the hotel. He's got the rental car. He says, I want you to drive. I say, all right, cool. So we're leaving from downtown, right, and we're headed to the airport.
Right.
And we're on the route coming out of downtown.
70 East.
And so
then you go
we're
up.
driving along there, and there's like this, and it looked like a fog bank that we were driving towards, and we ran into it, right? So we hit it, and it wasn't fog, it was dust. It was a dust thing.
A dust storm.
And so I'm like, holy crap! And I'm like, and you know, debris hitting the window and stuff. I was like, good gosh! And then I start seeing this white crap hitting the window, and I was like, Doug, what the hell is that?
Hell.
No, it was snow mixed in with this dust.
The
Oh,
dirt.
wow.
And then we went through that for a couple of miles, and then it just turned to snow, and it's just blowing. He says, look, go straight, skip the gas station, go straight to the rental car place. We got to get the hell out of here.
I don't know that I've ever seen a dust storm with a snowstorm.
And it was, and then
Just
it
blowing
was
in
freaking.
front, blowing in.
We see flashes, and I said, what the hell is that? And he said, that's lightning.
Got. Nuh-uh.
And I'm like, what?
I'm good.
So he'd been out there. He'd had, and he said, we get to the airport, and we were literally the last plane that left that night.
Yeah.
If we
'Cause
hadn't got it the hell
got
out of here,
down after that.
Yeah.
like, cause the snow was just coming. It was coming, and there
It's
was like,
just the front hitting.
and it was like,
And you know here,
yeah,
you know, it hits and then it gets cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, it just hits.
Well, that's
Everything's
what the
cold. Everything does.
tornado weather.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine out in Texas, my favorite sergeant major, he's watching. Hey, John.
Hey, John. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, they were when I lived out there, had a really cool group of people that all hung out at the underground cigar shop out there, and you know, hands out to them. I miss that crowd.
yeah.
You want to talk about if you can't handle the truth, don't step foot in
Don't
that
go in
door.
there.
Gotcha.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. There was my people, the ruffians.
I like it. I love it. Yeah, so I got to find another cigar bar out there. You know, the one in Louisville got burned down. So,
Did
well,
you
they
do
had
it?
no. You remember the
The
fires
the
that
fire,
burned down
yeah.
like 500 homes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Burned a whole city. I mean, it.
Yeah.
You could see the flames from Boulder, and it's
And
not
it's
as far
weird
away,
to,
but
like,
just
think
far enough.
about
Yep.
that place being such a fire hazard. I mean, like you think about
Oh, it's the
California,
desert,
think
man.
about Phoenix, you think about places like that. You don't necessarily jump to. I mean, if you've been there, you know how high desert dry it is.
Yeah.
But
That was a surprise for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you've never been to Denver,
yeah,
you
don't
know, you're thinking Rockies, you're thinking,
Yeah.
but
Big
you don't think
evergreens
desert.
and you know snow and evergreens.
That's
Yeah.
it's desert. I mean, it is what it is. But it once you get out there, you realize the value of water.
Oh yeah.
You have to drink water all the time.
Yes.
Because you don't know that you're sweating.
Well, in that, but even drinking alcohol, for instance, if you have a glass of wine, you have to drink a glass of water.
Yeah.
It is just like that.
It's the
You have-
elevation.
it is. It's
the
the elevation.
elevation.
It's the arid,
Yeah.
but it's also so arid
Yeah.
out there. The humidity is 15%. Nothing, right? So
Oh, that's balmy.
But
It
you
was
walk
usually
out.
like 7% where I lived in Phoenix. You were in there watering your humidor like a damn garden every morning.
Right.
Because it would dry out so fast.
Yeah.
You open up your humidor, it's like King Tut's tomb, and there's like little ashes that come falling out. You're like, oop, oop, my bad.
And the first thing you find out, the first mistake you make, because you're so excited,
Yeah.
you know, the first time you go. I let others make that mistake, which was them. But you don't go hiking your first day.
No.
You have to
The elevation.
acclimate to
Yes.
the elevation.
Yes.
Because elevation sickness is a real thing,
Oh yeah.
and that is no fun.
Yep.
You know, you get seasick, you get off the boat, you're good.
Not
no,
me.
not elevation, because you're in it.
Yeah.
You can't get out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's but it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's outstanding. You just got to you got to think. You know, you got to
Understand
experience
your
it.
environment and
Yeah, you
be
really
a
do.
little
I
bit
mean,
more
you have to
prepared
adjust
than-
to it.
Exciting.
It's so funny.
That's how it
when-
was in Mammoth Lakes, California,
Oh, I bet.
because of the elevation.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: after you've been there a week and you come home, do you feel like Superman?
I don't know. It kind of you breathe better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is true. You do. I mean, you don't realize the value of humidity, you know, a little bit. And it's what you
At
become accustomed
elevation.
to
You
at
know how
elevation.
fast your body can adapt to that.
Yeah, and it takes a day or two, you know. And then we went to Garden of the Gods, right? And we're walking up this trail. Holy cow! I mean, it's just, you know, y'all go ahead. I'll be there.
You're like me after I take my first sip. I can't feel my legs.
Yeah.
It's getting dark. I'm hearing voices. Is that you, Jesus?
Well, we were at 7,000 feet at Garden of the Gods, right?
Really?
7,000 feet. The highest elevation in North Carolina is what?
It's like 6,000.
6,000 maybe.
Where's that?
I think it's Mount Mitchell.
Mount Mitchell.
Yeah.
The highest in North Carolina is not even
And that-
1,000
and
feet.
and you got to stand on your tippy toes to get that number.
Yeah. And there's Pikes Peak, so that's 13,000 feet,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So but you're in it, so it's not like you're going, I'm at 9,000 feet. I mean, there's mountains and stuff, but you're that high up, so it's not like you climbed 9,000 feet, right? You flew into that.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you're staying.
Right.
Yeah.
But it does take some adjustment.
I'll
Oh,
tell
no.
you, after coming back from deployment in Afghanistan, where you're up in the higher, over 10,000 feet, those first couple days home, I'd go for a run in Phoenix, 18 miles, and I'm like, man, this is easy. I'm like, oh my God, I got superhuman strength. And then, like, quickly, 4 or 5 days later, it catches you. We're like,
But
no.
but it
I'm
depends
good.
on how active you are,
Right.
Yeah.
right, in the elevation.
Oh, yeah, I'm wearing
Yeah.
65 pounds of kit at that kind of elevation.
Right.
You know, my friends were like, man, how are you keeping in such good shape? I'm like, well, I'm kind of like on the South Beach diet, just not so South Beachy.
But think about it, that's where our Olympians train.
Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense
Yeah.
because after that, it's almost like
The
a
oxygen
performance
level,
enhancing.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Well,
So, did anybody watch the Olympics?
I watched some of it.
Yeah, I was
Nope.
so damn confused on everything that's coming on. I watched some of it.
I did like, you know, Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Embargo! Embargo!
Yeah.
Embargo! Not doing it.
It wasn't like that for me. It was just every time I turn it on YouTube TV, there's 5 different things that are going on, right? And they happened 18 hours ago. And I never got into it. It's like growing up, it was, you know, NBC or whatever, and the Wide World of Sports or, you know,
Right.
whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
knew today was figure skating,
Yep.
right? And then you got to look at Brian Boitano. Or no,
What would Brian
Jonathan,
Boitano do?
Right. But this year was Jonathan Weir, right? So he's calling it, and nobody knew what he was wearing. He outdressed anybody there. That guy. Y'all see?
For sure.
The hair, everything. He
Was
had it going
Was
on.
he fabulous?
He was looking fabulous is the word.
Fabulous.
Fabulous
is
is
a
the
good
word. But it was just entertainment, right?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
entertainment. But the greatest things were watching, to me, the ladies on the what was the pike jack, the thing they go to, when they go through the girls on the
luge?
sled, the
The
little
luge or something?
no, you know how they go down on the one thing. Anyways, it's a board. It's like a skateboard without wheels.
It's like a luge.
A luge. But no.
Something
This was
different.
when they're standing on it and they're going down and they're turning up in the
snowboard.
air.
Like
Yeah, snowboard.
Half
snowboard-
pike,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
snowboarding, all that stuff. That to
swear.
me is freaking amazing. Then you realize these people are like 4'2".
Oh, yeah.
They,
yeah,
they
yeah.
might weigh 60 pounds. I mean, they're this big, right? And they're just flipping in the air, going down these hills that are like this. oh my word, you can't even imagine the mountains they're coming off of and getting that speed and just staying up. That
they
to me
carry
is
little
incredible.
weight plates on them just to have enough mass to get some
Oh,
speed.
my
You
God.
just a stiff wind would blow them off course.
my
You'd
God.
think.
See,
you know?
for me, like Winter Olympics is my least favorite anyway on a good day because
Right.
I'm pretty sure most of those sports are like made up. You know, I mean, like it's not like Summer Olympics where you run a marathon, right? Like you know how you're going to win a marathon, right? Your ass gets past the 28 point, you know, the 26.2 faster than everybody else.
Right.
Versus figure skating, you got some arbitrary
It's subjective.
person
Yeah.
judging, and we're making up sports as we go. I mean, like
Well, it's X Games, and the X Games influence on the Olympics because you remember X Games came along. We used to just have generic Winter Games, right?
yeah.
People are Nordic skiing, you
Right.
know, like watching
When
grass
they're
grow,
shooting and
you know, all that.
skiing, I'm cool with that.
That's because you grew up with it.
Well, that's true.
No, that's because she love guns.
Well, and I grew up with that.
Yeah.
True
All right,
that.
so I'll give you the craziest
Cooley.
story that I heard out of all of this.
All right, guys, I got to go.
It's
All
a
right.
quick one though. You're going to.
All right, I'll
this
listen.
is going to flip you out because when I read the story, the article, I was like, what? So, Nordic cross country, the marathon, I guess, of snow thing. Right?
Yeah.
So this competitor, when he got done, he had to be treated because his penis froze off.
That's commitment.
This year?
Yes, and then I was
What?
reading the
That's
story,
commitment.
and this is the second time it's happened to this one guy. He
Well,
had to-
how many does he have?
well, I mean, I should say. All right, so
What's the second time it's happened to him?
no, it, okay, so I misspoke. It's not. It didn't like off, but I mean it froze.
Yeah.
Like literally froze and had to be treated
There's
like.
so much going on in my head right now. Go ahead.
No, dude, I'm like, okay, it's the second time. I'm like, the first of all, if I'm competing and it happened one time, it ain't happening again because I ain't gonna be competing in that.
You put one of those little heater thingies that break the,
I
keep your
don't
hand.
know, dude.
That
hand
gives
warmer.
a new meaning to a stiffy, doesn't it?
Like Google it. I'm swear, and I'm like, I'm reading it the other day, and I'm like, what?
What exactly did you put in the Google search engine to
No.
have that come up?
It popped up in my. It was like
Oh,
weird
I'm crying over here.
things, you know, like you're like, what is this?
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I got to read this because the headline was like, penis frozen. I was like,
Say what now?
What the hell?
That's a new Olympic sport, by the way. They just made that up.
Yeah. So anyway,
You know, there's so much there. I'm going to stop
Right.
because that is
that's a good place.
that is hit it out of the park. You guys have a great day. These guys are going to carry you through. I got to leave early because my wife said I need to be home, so that's the way it works.
And you don't want to get kicked squared in the nuts.
There you go.
Oh my God, Jesus help me. Ooh.
Anyway, we might have to end on that. That's
Yeah, that was kind of the. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, where are you going from
There's
that?
the
right?
crescendo happened.
Yeah. Frozen. I like that. Gives a new meaning to stiffness there.
Have a good one, Bri.
Good Lord.
All right, so more than halfway through, this has remained consistent.
Yep.
Nice, even, the underside of medium, and I guess T must have reloaded this unless we are, having miracles and it's reloading itself.
You know, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna make it easy on Jack so we can.
I was just about to ask you if you wanted to move.
I will slide over here to Brian's spot.
You're in the big boy chair.
Wow, this chair is so much more manly.
Yeah, you feel more manly now?
Wow. Yes.
I
This is
put down
awesome.
in this one, I kept going, so.
I think I saw your beard grow another inch just now.
It's just.
It's amazing.
Wow. All right. Cool. But yes, you're right. It stayed very consistent, and I was wondering what was going to happen when you get to that little
The little pigtail.
pigtail thing there.
So, because this is a limited item and it came out this last month, there's probably still some in some shops, but it was a fairly limited number. So, if you have an opportunity to try this, it's fun, it's quirky, it's irreverent, and it's a good smoke.
Yeah.
Not expensive. You know, not
No.
expensive.
I
and
think when I was kind of researching this, it was $5-6 ish, $7 something.
$7, yeah, $7,
Something.
$8, right around there.
That Knob Creek, I think that's $50
For
a
the whole-
bottle.
yeah.
For a bottle of that.
It's not
from
bad.
Reserve.
You know, I am oftentimes kind of surprised, and I shouldn't be at this point. I really shouldn't be at this point. That price point really has very little to do with how my level of enjoyment reflects on it.
Right.
I don't know. I'm digging it, but I am a little biased. No offense to my other brands, Macanudo and Cohiba, but I'm all about punch.
Punch makes some good cigars.
Yes, they do.
They make some really good stuff.
You always amaze me with these punches, really do. 'Cause
Yeah.
You brought a variety. I mean, we've
Oh,
had.
it's the spectrum, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just every time we come up with a new punch, I can't wait because I have not been disappointed.
So the box, I was looking at the pictures online.
Yeah, so it's a cylinder like case, and you
like
open
a Chinese
it up.
takeout box
Yeah.
or something. Oh, you know what? I just peeled the band off that.
Let's
did
see,
Did
do
they
they-
put
I don't know.
Did they put the things on the back of those?
Yes, they did.
Oh my gosh!
All
I
right.
forgot to read mine.
Okay, so my fortune says this fortune could be better.
This fortune could be perfect.
And we've got some Mensa candidates that write these, just so you know. What does yours say?
Hold on.
All right, we got
This
to pull
is
it up.
Brian's. Let's see
All right,
what
what does Brian say?
Brian's has. Oh wait a minute! He's got the same fortune. What the hell's
It
up
could
with-
be because I get
Are
a
the same.
sample bundle. Is it the same?
Nope. I see money in your future. It's not yours. Imagine that.
He
What?
says, "What the hell?"
I
Yeah.
got robbed. Highway robbery.
That
Wow.
part.
All right. Well, I'm gonna miss next week. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, we'll miss,
$25.
we'll miss you.
I'll bring another interesting pour for us. How about a bottle?
Well, I'll tell you what, after a month of, this is the second cigar I've smoked in 5 weeks. I mean, I thought I was dying, and I found out it wasn't the Rubicon, the Shaka Khan, or the Kubla Khan, or a
Good.
Ramna Khan,
Good.
Omnicron, whatever it is.
Omnicron.
Yeah, I didn't have that, and thought it was a sinus infection, but I didn't have any snot. And then I consulted my WebMD doctors, and I was dying 10 ways to Sunday, and I found out that wasn't the case. And now I just take an allergy med every morning, and I didn't even know I had allergies. Thank you, North Carolina.
I was going to say, welcome to North Carolina.
Thank you, North Carolina.
There we go.
And it's not even like spring. Well, sort of spring-ish.
But things are blooming. So.
My poor
therefore-
trees don't know if they're coming or going. It goes from 75 to 20 every other day.
I have tulips coming up already.
No,
Seriously.
That ain't
No.
right.
that ain't right.
I have tulips coming
Crimes
up.
against nature.
Right.
I've seen them out at the Whitewater Center. When I go out there, there's stuff is sprouting out left and right. I have a feeling we're in for another cold snap before this is all said and done, before winter lets go of its horrible grip.
Well, it's
Typical
like
March will come, right?
Mother Nature's bipolar. I wish somebody would give her some medication.
Yeah.
Yeah. March is coming.
Is that usually when we've got another snap of it?
You never know, right?
It's
See,
March is next week. What happened?
Yeah.
I do not approve of this message.
Yeah.
Ah!
What was goes back into a while back, some years back, but I do remember it. Probably in the 60s ish, where it snowed every. I'm gonna get this wrong. It's every Tuesday or Wednesday for the month of March. Every Tuesday or Wednesday it snowed for 4
Really?
weeks straight. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, this is how I time it. So, the end of February is usually CIAA. It's always cold.
Just because it's there's a lot of people that show up and it's party time.
It's around my birthday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
3 days before my birthday.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I was at Ruth's Chris, and the whole tournament was there.
Really?
So that's how I
Yeah.
know.
Wow.
If
Because
you're-
this city goes crazy.
I'm telling you,
I didn't know what a thing it was until I moved out here.
oh my God. And this year they moved it to Baltimore, which I have a problem with because there is no school in the CIAA
Why'd they move it there then?
that's in Baltimore. They're not ready. I'm telling you.
They're not prepared
They're
for
not
this.
prepared for what's getting ready to happen.
Where's it normally?
Here.
Always here?
Always here.
Yeah.
So is that kind of like some thumb in the nose at us to move it to Baltimore?
It's because of
It's a money thing.
what the money cost was
Yeah.
and the prices they were charging people
Oh, they
were
got a little
outrageous.
too,
They got
too big
greedy.
for their britches. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got greedy with it.
It'll be fine. It'll go.
In the
It'll go.
past couple of years, they've had some issues.
Overcharging and
Well, that and one year there was a shootout.
I have
yeah.
a feeling nowadays that doesn't matter where you are.
Right.
Yep.
It is.
Why would they move to Baltimore then?
But
I
you
know, right?
it's-
Like that
it's a-
seems like it would be worse.
Yeah.
We're civilized up in here.
You know, that's kind of a funny thing is that what if you look at if there's an event going somewhere, I don't care where you go. The hotels and everything,
Oh, they crank it up.
of course.
They crank it up.
Yeah.
Well, it's a problem when you're charging $60 to $70 to get into a nightclub. when the
So you can
following
pay
week-
more money to buy a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The following week it's going to be 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a problem.
Yep.
You know, have a little bit of common sense about this.
That's why you got to have your jacket hooch.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we have some good weather towards the end of March as I'm going west. Right?
Yeah, making your.
You know, so we get out to Texas. I'm hoping for some warm weather. I'm tired of cold.
I think it'll be really nice. And you're swinging down towards the bottom half of Texas.
Yep. Houston and then San Antonio. And,
Yeah, you'll be good. It's pretty rare that they.
Yeah.
I say that, but last year they got spanked pretty bad.
Yeah. So
Actually, it starts today.
What does?
The CIAA.
Really?
yeah.
Already?
yep.
Yes, sir.
I'm losing track of time. I don't know if that's like something, I hate to say it but as I get older, but I'm not getting older because I'm drinking the blood of prom queens and destroying young men's souls. I will stay youthful forever. It's a plan. It's a plan. And it seems to be working so far. So
Yep.
until I give up on that, Botox is in the future.
And you sipping bourbon on a regular basis.
Thank you.
There you go.
Elixir of life.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. When you're younger, you have definite markers in time. So you know when summer and spring break and all that stuff. And then maybe as you get older, it's just kind of like Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
every day, forever.
All right, T. What's happening? Catch us up on the dates again.
So Monday, the 28th, Fat Ash will be here for a meet and greet,
Smoking Barrel,
Smoking Bear,
the Fat Ash.
and
Right.
then March 16th, we have an event with
Not me.
Alec Bradley.
Not
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair. Okay.
I think Charlotte Cigar Week is the end of the month.
May something.
No.
No, Charlotte Cigar Week. I'm sorry.
Charlotte Cigar Week. But May 28th
Queen City.
starts Queen City Cigar Fest.
Got it.
Get your tickets. I'm an ambassador this year, so get your tickets.
Do we have what day it's going to be here?
I have to look that up to
Okay.
make sure.
Charlotte
right.
Cigar Week is April 26th through May 1st.
Okay. Does it say where they're going to be and what days? Or not yet?
I don't know yet.
Cool. Google.
Protocol Cigars on the 26th. NYC Martinez Cigars at the Cigar Loft on the 27th.
Okay.
Smoke and Barrel Cigar Lounge on the 28th.
28th. Here.
28th here.
Woohoo! There we go.
There's
28th.
There we go.
And there's 4 more Braswell's Taylor Smoked Cigar Lounge on the 29th. Taylor Smoked Cigar Lounge on the 30th. Havana 33 on the 30th. And Aroma Cigars, etc. on
me see
the
that
31st.
lighter. Yeah.
So get your rest in before that week and do the marathon.
Well, what do you think? This is a wrap.
Oh yeah.
The burning has finally stopped.
Hey. I wanted to make sure, you know, we get back into like, don't want to come in like wimp here, right?
No, you definitely did not do that. You brought your game.
Good,
You brought your
Good.
game.
good.
That's it. Now I'm gonna bring some heavy stuff for you next time.
Uh-oh.
Whatever.
It's on. It's out.
2 weeks out, let's do it.
All right. I'll roll it myself. No big deal.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right.
Dark and hateful like my soul.
There we go. All right, T. What's the best cigar there is?
One right now, we're having with friends.
Cheers.
The best pour. One in your glass, sharing with friends right now, folks. Hey, thanks for joining us for the Smoking Barrel therapy session. Let's call it that, right?
Therapy session, baby, every
Therapy.
week.
Folks, join us again next week.
Y'all come and sit in with us. We love to have guests.
Yep. Thank you, Jack. We're out.